Everyone had people around wanting to rob me and things like that. It's just pitch black. I heard a couple of gunshots. I didn't grab my gun. Like I'm facing this way. Like here's the back glass shattered. I don't really remember anything from that. I got hit right off in here. I'm guessing as the bullet hit me, my foot is still just on the gas. Then I hit a fence and went head on with a tree.
This is our series documenting people that have been shot. I also want to let everybody know that we do know each other. We grew up in the same neighborhood. Your older brother is one of my best friends growing up through high school. Please tell us your name, age, and when and where the incident took place.
Go by Hayes, 26 years old, from Mansfield, Louisiana. The accident happened in about 5 minutes out from where we stayed. Happened in Morrisville. Happened down this little street, Legion Drive.
The time.
It was May 27, 2018. Make 7 years this year.
What happened? What led to you being shot?
I'm 18 at the time. I just had finished non-destructive testing school. I went out there. I started working on the pipelines and refineries and everything like that. 18 years old, didn't really have any bills or nothing like that, so I could pocket all my money. So I went home. Pulled $20,000 out the bank. So that's not normal. At home, everyone just they was looking at me like as a target from there. Like I got the money out. I went ahead, I was showing the money and everything like that. And went and bought a new car. So the car was lime green. I mean, everybody knew the car and stuff like that. And like I said, I was working 9.5 hours away from home. I came home. It was Memorial Day weekend. They gave us off the weekend. I was going to be leaving the next day. Did all that weekend. And then this night really just was messing off, man. I was going to pick someone up. And then really just from there, like I say, the town's about 5 minutes apart. I was just going to pick someone up. And then I was going right back to Mansfield. So then, like I say, throughout the mix of that, while leaving from out there, I'm leaving out this little parking lot. It ain't really much. It's about one car that passed me on the street. So it's a truck. The truck passed me going down the road. I don't see anything. I got my windows tinted 5% on the car. So I just had got the car. Also, I just had bought the car, like I say, maybe 2 weeks before I got shot or so. And was just showing off the money. And then, like I say, that's what it had rumors of. Everyone had people around wanting to rob me and things like that. So that night, like I say, the car being, the only car like that. And as I passed the truck on the street, we passed each other. I say maybe I got about three quarters away from him or something like that. The truck then it's just pitch black. Like I heard a couple of gunshots go off and I slowed the car down. Well, not really slow it down, but I'm just letting it idle, letting it cruise on its own. So I'm trying to look around and everything like that, see if I hear where the gunshots or see where they're coming from. I didn't see nothing. I'm steady looking around and everything like that. By this time, I didn't grab my gun. And I'm just looking, you know what I'm saying, trying to see if someone's shooting at me.
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone, so okay, by this time I'm about to put my foot back on the gas. I must have put my foot back on the gas. All I remember. From the back glass, I heard my back glass, like I'm facing this way.
Yeah.
Like here's the back glass shatter. From the back glass shatter, I don't really remember anything from that. That's when I got hit.
Do you know about how many rounds were fired?
Before everything was said and done, I probably heard maybe 4 to 5 that I could just, now I'm saying, just saying the number off my head, but I did hear gunshots and everything like that.
And how many times were you hit?
I got hit once and I got grazed once.
And where were you hit and where were you grazed?
I got hit right off in here.
Mm-hmm.
So the bullet, it went straight, it was going through. Like you can see, my head has a dent in it. Like, you can see my head sunk in and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it went in right there. But once it got to the skull, it made it to my skull. The bullet broke up. It was a 9mm bullet. And by the bullet breaking up, the bullet, everything started going everywhere. It's still like inside of my jaw. I still have little pieces of the bullet inside of my jaw. If I could get it removed, but it's in between two bones. And then if I would do that, then my jaw be opening up real, like,
Kind of awkward.
and stuff like that. That's one of the things right now I suffer with from that.
Dang.
Like I can't open my mouth all the way up on the right side because I got the bullet stuck in between my jaw and the bones right
Yeah.
off in here.
Is it just painful?
Like on the daily, it's not painful, but like winter time, or like say for instance, if I'm asleep and I have a fan or something blowing directly in my mouth, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to make that metal swell up, and then that's when my mouth start hurting. Or like, I may end up hitting it against something, then it swells up, it bother me. Just on the daily, it doesn't bother. And it's like doctor told me this one of the downplays about it. One of the things like that never left is I have really bad migraines.
Dang.
Sometimes they just come out of nowhere. Like you don't know when they're gonna come. They just come out of nowhere. And when I get them, they come really bad, and it causes me to start throwing up and shit like that. So where like I have to go lay and like I'll turn off all the lights. I maybe put me a warm towel on my head, put on my jaw and stuff, and try and just.
How often do you get that type of reaction?
Sometimes it may go months without me having it. May go 3 months, 2 months. I guess the most max I'll give it is maybe like 3 months or so. It's not an everyday thing.
Yeah, it's still pretty often though. So you say it hit your skull. Did it actually crack and go through your skull, or did it shatter? Like,
Once it made it to the skull, it hit against my skull. It broke.
dang,
It started breaking up in the pieces.
crazy. It's gotta be God.
Yeah, yeah, that's what that was. That's all that was God. Because if it would have went through the skull, then
Yeah.
you know. And it also, like I said, it had someone on the passenger side as well. So, it could have hit me or them. Like I see in the mix of this while I'm driving, looking, must have been okay. My seat was leaned back and I must have just been turned this way, maybe facing the person that was in the car with me. I
Yeah.
was maybe talking to them. Like I say, I don't remember like, exactly what happened right before I got shot. All I know is like, I'm looking around to see like, if I seen anyone.
Do you remember what your passenger was doing at that time?
Well, they was scared, like, and they're like somebody shooting, trying to duck, and, go, telling me go and shit like that.
And they didn't get hit at all?
So, and then the grazing, so it hit right there, and it grazed me right behind my ear, right
Dang.
here. And then also by that, like I said this time, so like I say, my foot just mashed down on the gas. So I'm guessing as the bullet hit me,
Yeah.
my foot is still just on the gas. I'm just driving. So that caused me to hit. First, I hit a water meter.
Mm-hmm.
I knocked that down. Then I hit a fence, knocked that over. Then went head on with a tree.
Dang. You recalling stuff from, your passenger's point of view right now, right? So like what happened after that for your passenger? What did they do? And what did those guys that were shooting at y'all, or the guy that was shooting at y'all, do?
Not really sure on those two things, but I can tell you, like, I know from once I did get up from the hospital, and then, like, my mom and brothers and cousins, everyone that was out there, they told me, like, when they arrived, so some people that heard everything, like, in the neighborhood, and this lady and her kids that got me out of my car, and the lady had a pillow, and they say she laid me on the ground, like, on it type deal, calling the ambulance and all that. But they telling me, like my cousin them, they told me like during that while the woman that laid me on the ground, I got up. When they got out there, they said that I got up and was walking, and they was telling me, everyone was telling me lay down. It was like I was staggering, but I don't remember any of it.
So you really didn't have any pain that you can recall from the incident then?
No, and I got up in the hospital. They had me all doped up and everything. But I woke up in the ICU. I woke up and I'm like, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
And then when I did wake up, it got doctors over me and shit. They let me like, okay. And they brought my mom and my dad in the room. And they asked me, do you know this man? Do you know this woman? I'm wondering why the hell are they asking me that? Yeah, that's my mom, my dad. Then my mom tell me, you got shot. And I got shot. I say, where at? Then she like in your head. So I feel my face big as hell. Like at that time, my face look kind of swollen on this side. The bullet at the whole side of my face is still swollen. But at that time when it first happened, like it was real big, so I felt it. It's just like, what the fuck happened? It kind of started hitting me in the hospital, and I'm like, damn, I got shot. What the fuck?
Do you have any idea of how long it took for the ambulance and the police to come get you?
No, but I tell you this, I had to get airlifted from they tried to take me to Marksville
Yeah.
Hospital. There wasn't nothing that they could do for me. You know, I had to go up there to Alexandria to Cabrini.
To go back to, so the guys that probably shot you to rob you, or the guy, was it multiple? Do you even know?
No, I'm not really sure. I just really like I heard stories upon it and everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So the guys that were there to rob you, or you think at least rob you, did they actually come to the car after you were shot, or do you have any knowledge of that? They never came.
No, no one came to the car, anything like that, no. But I know like kind of like on the scene of where that happened, it still had like some guys from this side of town, and it had like, the guys from our side of town. And like they say in the mix of this, I guess while them trying to send me to Marksville and everything like that, they then started shooting at the scene.
Dang.
They started shooting back at each other, like right there, yeah.
And anybody got shot that you know of right there?
No, not right there, no.
Well, I'll ask this question even though I don't think you could have thought this. Was there any point that you thought you were going to die?
And they say, so they said while me laying on the ground, they said that's what I got up. And I had told that to someone. I'm like, he said I told someone like, call the ambulance. I'm about to die type deal. But like I said, I don't remember saying any of this,
And
even
so,
remember getting up. I don't remember anything like from the point I got shot, don't remember anything till waking up until in the hospital.
dang. And so since also from that point when they say you got up, did they say you went back unconscious after that?
He say like, I guess when I seen my people, like, I went to talk to them and everything like that, but they say as I was trying to get up, I guess already like I was going unconscious, but my body was trying to fight also to embrace them where I felt comfort or something like that. But at that same time, I guess my body fighting against me at the same time too.
Yeah.
But me just not wanting to let up. So it's kind of those two was battling at the same time.
What kind of medical treatment did you receive, and how long was your recovery?
Actually, man, I stayed in ICU the first 3 days. I stayed in ICU. I didn't wake up until 3 days later. They had me on all kind of medicine and everything like that. They had to go inside. They had shaved this side of my head and everything like that. That way
Oh,
they
wait,
can
wait,
get
wait.
inside.
So when you woke up originally, like when you woke up to the doctors and your mom and dad, was that 3 days after the event?
Yes.
Dang. Okay. But yeah, so continue. So what was the treatment you received?
Had to go inside. They went inside, went to the everywhere, looked inside, and went ahead and collected all the particles of the bullet and everything like that. Then they discovered, I got the X-ray, the CD of everything and stuff like that. But just this was the last part, and I could tell you this. Like I say, I got airlifted, and from our way from Mansfield to Alexandria, that's about a 35-40 minute drive. So that helicopter ride was 60,000.
It was
The
60,000.
helicopter ride from Marksville Hospital
Bruh.
to Cabrini was 60,000.
60,000, bro. Did your insurance cover that?
Yes.
That's American healthcare for you, bro. Crazy, bro. 60 grand. Oh yeah, so they remove everything, wake you up on the third day, and then from then on, how long was your recovery process?
I see my recovery process after that, man. Once I woke up, I was determined. Like, once I woke up, like, I didn't have any strength in my body or anything like that. I couldn't, I had lost, like, my feel by being in the ICU so long. I had went down because before I got shot, I was maybe about 100, I would say about 150 pounds. I dropped down to 120, like around 121, 125 type deal. After being released from the hospital and everything like that, I still it with like an additional 2 or 3 weeks without eating any solid foods. I was just on liquid. So yeah, I had gotten real small. It was like I couldn't really, now what I'm saying, I was at the point to where like My arms were so weak I couldn't even really bathe myself. It helped getting out the bed and all this having a. But before leaving from the hospital and everything like that, like I said, I was definitely determined in the hospital. After being put in a regular room, after getting out of ICU, was released from the hospital. Actually, the doctors, man, after I got out of there, they were amazed as well. Like, my mom, she be talking about it. Like, they wasn't expecting me to recover how fast I did
Yeah.
and how well.
So wait, oh yeah, go
Six
ahead.
days total.
6 days in the hospital.
Yes.
And then when you woke up originally, were you completely paralyzed, or could you move some even though your body was weak?
Yeah, I can move.
Yeah,
But like I say, it wasn't no strength inside my body to do anything to move, and then just taking the medications, I'll just be, falling asleep like it wasn't nothing. People will be coming to see me. I'm on the meds. I'm so weak I can barely get up.
yeah. But were you able to talk fine whenever everybody came? Was it easy for you to talk to them?
Yeah, yeah. It happened in May 27th. I went back to work. I returned back to work, like, hard labor work and everything like that was cleared to go back to work September 11th. Took me 4 months altogether. And it was still, man, like I said, it was still like, a process, like everything surround me, like also have me kind of hesitant. Like, now I'm saying, just kind of wanting to be isolated from people and everything like that. Being weakened, people, thinking you can't do it, things on your own. And just me, myself personally, like, not going to depend on anyone, like, to do anything for me. That was my main goal. So once I was seeing, like, noticing that, like, damn, man, I'm not able to bathe myself. I'm not able to get out of bed by myself. I'm like, I need to change that.
Yeah.
So I was challenging myself to get stronger during the process.
Yeah.
Then, like I say, I had to get used to the mouth situation with the jaw situation. Once I go to open my mouth on this side, still to this day, I can't even open my mouth all the way. But like at first, it was really bad at first.
Yeah.
To where, like, I could be eating a burger, man, and I couldn't even open my mouth all the way to fucking eat the burger. I have to break it up and shit and stick it in my mouth and shit.
Yeah.
Having to relearn all these different, yes.
Has it affected your daily life in any other way? And I'm not just talking about like pain, being put in that position. Is there anything you do differently every day?
That, like, always been a strong believer in God, but that just right there, that made me realize, like, God wasn't ready for me to go. It wasn't my time, so it made me, like, I looked at life like a little differently, like, to give Him praise, because I know it wasn't no one else but Him. It's a privilege, it's a blessing to be here.
Yeah.
Give thanks for still being here.
If you could relive it, would you do anything different? Anything that you think you could have did to change it?
I see, really, with the changing, yeah, like, and that was a part of the growing up process too. Like, from that right there, that showed me, like, you don't have to, be broadcasting anything or anything like that. It's okay to live like a normal life. Now I'm saying, not having everyone knowing your every move and everything like that. It's okay to live a normal life.